everyone, welcome to part 91 of me answering your Percy Jackson questions. If you know what I'm doing, you know what I'm doing. I've already explained it many times. You guys get mad when the intros are too long, so let's just get into this, okay? Man, that felt good. All right, let's move on to today's comments. We have two comments to do today because the first one's really short. You'll see here in a second. So the first comment simply says, why don't you like T-Sats, which is the sun and the star? Guys, I've talked about this so many times on my channel. It's gonna take some serious self-control to not just rant about this. Let me start off by saying this. The simple name of it pisses me off. The sun and the star. You know why that pisses me off? Because in the House of Hades, Bob the Titan tells Percy and Annabeth, tell the sun and the stars, plural, hello for me. That being said, we then get to the book, The Sun and the Star, where Rick Riordan and that other author, Mark, whatever his name is, write a book called The Sun and the Star, obviously trying to make the reference that Nico is the star and Will is the sun. And then in the actual book, Bob the Titan, when they get to Tartarus, he says something like, my sun and my star came for me. No, that's not what Bob was talking about in the House of Hades. He was not referring to Will and Nico when he said, tell the sun and the stars hello for me. He didn't even know Will at that point. So if you retroactively take that line and make it the title of this book, trying to make us believe the whole time that the sun and the star was referencing Will and Nico, it wasn't. So that's one of the many things that I hate about this book. Also, since the book is written by two people, it just doesn't feel the same as normal Rick Riordan books. I think the other author, Mark, wrote the first draft and then Rick Riordan touched it up or something. So since the other author wrote it, most of it, it has a completely different style. Also, the percentage of time they're in Tartarus compared to the rest of the book is like 10%. In a book about going to Tartarus, why are they barely in Tartarus? I mean, they're more in the underworld than Tartarus. They're in the underworld for like 50% of the book. Like, what is going on here? Also, the prophecy sucks, and the quest is pretty terrible as well. Also, by having Nico and Will journey into Tartarus and survive, you are very much demeaning the fact that Percy and Annabeth made it into Tartarus and survived. You're making it seem like it's that much easier to do. You're making it seem like it's easy to do because two couples did it. But what Percy and Annabeth did was so important and so impressive, but you're just making it seem like it wasn't that hard because Nico and Will just did it without even thinking. All right, like I said, I didn't want to rant about it. I already did. Let's move on to the next comment because we got to get this comment in today. The next comment says, would you rather be in Camp Half-Blood or Camp Jupiter and also in a war? Which camp do you think would win? Guys, I'd rather be in Camp Half-Blood. I've answered this a bunch of times. Camp Half-Blood is way more fun. Camp Jupiter is too formal for me. However, in a war, I do think Camp Jupiter would win because they're more formal, because they're more organized. I mean, the Greeks just do whatever they want. The Romans, they're organized, they're formal, they march in formation. They would win a fight. But I would want to be on the Greek side of that fight. All right, go ahead and get in the comment section. Let me know what you think of my answers to these questions. If you have different answers, let me know those as well. And I'll see you tomorrow for part 92 of answering your Percy Jackson questions.